road trip. With Lake Tahoe just a 4-hour drive away, it's the Bay Area's backyard playground. Every winter, hordes of Silicon Valley residents make their way up for some weekend of POW. It's also one of the U.S.'s premier skiing destinations.
There are 9 major ski resorts in the area, totaling about 22,000 acres of trails, so there are plenty of options. This weekend we are headed to South Lake Tahoe, also known as the South Shore. We're going to hit 3 different ski resorts. Our first stop is Kirkwood Mountain Resort. Kirkwood isn't in South Lake Tahoe as it's still about an hour south, but it is one of 2 technical mountains in the area and one of my favorite resorts. Because it's so remote, it tends not to get as crowded as other mountains in the area.
So as you can see, it's snowing pretty hard here. So we didn't make it up the mountain, and we hear that they might close the roads down to South Lake Tahoe at any minute. So we're gonna try to outrun it and see if we can't make it down the mountain before they close. We're gonna head over there now.
Even though I wasn't able to personally capture footage, I have some great shots here courtesy of my friend John. Enjoy! Kirkwood is owned by Vail, so you can use your Epic cards here. For a 1-day pass, the best deal is the 7-day advance internet price, and you can just load your card online and then bypass the lift ticket windows when you get here. In addition to having the highest average snowfall of all the Tahoe resorts, it also has a unique 2-mile ridgeline at the top that offers a wide variety of advanced cliff drops and cornices. If you are looking for virgin stashes and bowls, you can also hire a guide through Expedition Kirkwood who will take you off-trail. But if balls-to-the-wall skiing isn't your thing, Kirkwood also has tons of blue-groomed runs where you can take it easy. Stick to the backside where there are a lot of long, intermediate runs. What I love most about Kirkwood is the varied terrain. It's got a good balance of challenging verticals and easy cruising trails, nice wide groomed runs, as well as cornices and chutes. I can ski here all day and never get bored. Also, the snow tends to be less wet here than the heavy, sticky stuff that is typical of Tahoe. Tonight, we'll be staying in South Lake Tahoe. While all of the towns around the lake tend to be resort towns with overpriced touristy lodgings and restaurants, I find that South Lake Tahoe is the largest and most established on the southern end. So it tends to have a wider selection of services and more likely to have cheaper boarding options, a wider variety of eats, and non-skiing activities like water sports, shopping, and hiking. Since it's literally on the border of Nevada, it has a number of casinos that offer a much livelier nightlife than you're going to find anywhere else on the lake.
Today, we're skiing Heavenly.
There's a handy gondola in the center of town that takes you to the base of the mountain on the California side.
Heavenly gets pretty packed, so try coming before 11 a.m. when the casino crowds start rolling in. Check out behind me, this is the line for the gondolas.
Heavenly is also owned by Vail, so your Epic card is good here too. It's probably the second most expensive lift pass next to Squaw, but you can score a big discount if you buy online. They also offer multi-day passes, which further discounts the per-day price, and the nice perk of doing this is that you can also then use the passes at Vail's other Tahoe resorts, including Kirkwood and North Star. But this doesn't work in reverse, so you can't use Kirkwood and North Star passes at Heavenly. Heavenly is one of the biggest Tahoe ski resorts in terms of sheer acreage at about 4,800 acres. It also sits on the California-Nevada border, so half of the resort sits in one state, while the other half is in another.
Because this resort is so huge, there's almost like 3 distinct areas,
and the traverses in between are really flat and suck. So I recommend that you stay to just one area. Today, we are going to stick to the California area, which is the front side. It's great. It's got a lot of blue runs, perfect for the intermediate skier. In fact, Heavenly kind of caters to intermediate skiers. A big benefit of this park are the length of its runs. In fact, if you start at Skyline and ski all the way down to the bottom of Stagecoach, that's a good 3.5-mile run. A lot of thought went into the layout of this resort. At many of the lifts, multiple intermediate and advanced runs are laid out next to each other, so families and groups of different ability levels can still ride up together and only separate for the run down. The main reason people come ski at Tahoe is for the lake views, and Heavenly boasts the best, and for more of the mountain than at any other ski resort in the area. Well, at least on a clear day when it's not snowing and you have visibility. Another thing that Heavenly boasts is advanced tree skiing for those that like to go off-piste. This is the real gem of skiing at Heavenly, since there is so much more off-trail terrain than groomed runs, which only accounts for 20% of the total acreage. It's especially awesome after it's been snowing and there's fresh powder on the ground.
Today we're headed to Sierra-at-Tahoe for our last day of skiing.
Sierra-at-Tahoe is located about 12 miles to the west of South Lake Tahoe in Twin Bridges, California. It is also home to a group of snowboard and freestyle Olympians, including Hannah Teeter and Maddie Bowman.
Sierra is known for being more of a family resort. Because of this, they tend to be a lot more reasonably priced, and they have more services and terrain that are geared towards beginner and intermediate skiers. It's not as nationally known as Heavenly or Kirkwood, and so it tends to be more of a locals mountain. I have never skied here before, so I'm excited to try it out.
The one downside I find with this smaller resort is the lack of high-speed shares. There was a 30-minute wait for the single quad lift at the base. But once you get to the top of the mountain, you can make your way to the west pole or backside where it opens up more. There is a big emphasis on kids here, including unique theme-based adventure zones such as Gold Rush, an Old West mining town, the Pony Express Postal Delivery Trail, Teepee Town with sound effects and smoke signals, and the Wampa Cave from Star Wars' Planet Hoth. One of the big benefits of this resort is its location. It's in a more protected area, so it's less prone to storms. One of my biggest complaints for taller mountains like Kirkwood and Mount Rose are the icy winds that really whip you up at the top. But you're not going to get that here. Just the pleasant sunny skiing that Tahoe is known for. For the last day of skiing when my legs are all shot, this is a really fun mountain to finish out a great trip. Just some easy and enjoyable cruising. And I really love the great old growth tree views from almost every run.
It's about 4 p.m. and the lifts are closing, so we're going to head down back 88 to the Bay Area. Thanks so much for coming along on our South Shore skiing adventures. And if you're interested, I'll include all information about the ski resorts in the description box below, and of course also on my blog. Peace out, Geeksters!